Welcome to another video from oorail. In this video we're going to continue our Class 52 Western Courier restoration project. If you haven't seen the previous video, basic recap is this is an item I picked off of eBay I think last year, and it was someone's project and they just didn't finish it. There's some weathering going on. It's kind of like not too badly done, but it's not great either. It's front cowcatcher as well as the coupling is snapped off, and other than that though it runs pretty well once we got it working. So today what we're going to do is we're going to replace the bogie, basically the plastic frame around the bogie, as it contains the actual coupling on there, and then we also have the cowcatcher. Now, unfortunately, I could not find the cowcatcher, despite weeks and weeks and weeks of searching, in the BR Maroon. So the only one I was actually able to find was this one that was in green. So we're going to have to paint it. And then the other thing that this did not come with was an actual coupling. So this is just an old coupling from another chassis that I took, and it'll fit just right in there. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is basically remove the body shell, and just like everything else, there are 3 clips on each side. This actually took a bit of effort to get it open. I actually had to use the penknife underneath here to pry it apart because it hadn't been opened in quite some time. So anyway, if I remove the shell, you'll see here there's not much to it. You have your motor bogie on this hand that has the motor in it. You can see there that I'm going to have to probably do some soldering to fix that, but we'll worry about that later. The motor itself doesn't look like it's in too bad condition, although it does need to be oiled and some maintenance done to it. It's got a basic weight here that's screwed into the bogie, and then the connection here for the other side, the pickups, is here. So what we're going to do is just disconnect this like so. It just pulls right out. You can see there it just slots into the connector there. Now you can see here there are 2 plastic pins that basically hold the bogie to the chassis. So what you do is you basically take this one and bend it back slightly until it pops free of this, and then you can slide this end out. So I'm going to take this, pop it like so, and as you can see it drops straight out. Okay, so this is the original bogie, and as you can see there, it's pretty much the same thing, only this piece has been snapped off for some reason. You can see they also attempted to weather the thing by painting the axles black there and the wheels black. So you can see there's 2 screws, so we're going to go undo those. And you just pry one end up. The axles just come out. And then the piece we're left with is the same as our spare part. So this is broken, so we're going to just discard this to one side. Actually, before I do, you can see that it is missing the entire coupling connector, so on there. Okay, and then just to reinstall it is pretty straightforward. you're just going to go and drop the wheels back in. We're going to do the other one first. It may actually be easier to do this upside down. There you go, it snaps straight into place. So just to recap what I did there, it was actually easier to install this upside down, so that is what I did. You can see here the weathering that they've done is starting to come off of some of the wheels, so we might redo that. Okay, and the next thing is going to be to take the coupling, and as you can see right in there, there's a little piece of plastic there you want to get the hook onto. So the easiest way to do this is just to clip it in like so. And that's there, all fixed and ready to go. So the next piece is this cow catcher, and the cow catcher basically clips in on the front here, like so. But as you can see, it's a drastically different color. So what we're going to do next is paint this, and then we'll put the Class 52 back together. So to make maroon, I'm going to attempt to do this at least. We're going to use this enamel paint, and we're using British Crimson, which is kind of a deeper red. As you can see there, it kind of looks a little brown on the camera, but it is kind of a deep red color. Now it's not quite, it's a little too bright for the BR Maroon, so we're going to mix in some dark blue as well as some flat black. And basically the trick with this is to use a medium amount of red, a small drop of the blue, and then to mix in the black until you get the correct shade. So I'm going to get the paint stuff ready, and we'll go ahead and give this a shot. Okay, so you can see here what I've done is basically poured some of the paint out onto a paper plate. This is just a standard paper plate. Here we have the flat black, we have the British Crimson Red, and the dark blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a small amount of this, like so, and just stick it here, and take a dab of the blue, mix it in, And you can see there it's just too dark, so I'm going to need a lot more of the red. So what we'll do is we're actually going to just take a dab of that and mix it in there on the edge. You can see there it's now starting to turn into a more of a maroon color, so it needs a bit more red. So pull in the red some more, mix it in. Okay, so you can see it's almost there now. It's a little bit still a little too dark, so we're just going to pull in some more of the red, mix it in some more. Okay, so it's going to need just a smidge of black, so we're just going to take a little dab of the black here, drop it in, and then mix it back in. Okay, now the other thing you got to realize is this piece is already painted green, so it's going to be kind of hit or miss with the paint. We also don't need to paint the underside. If you look here, it's only visible on the top and the sides. So we're going to go take the paint like so, and we're going to test it on the part. And the trick here is not to use too much paint. And as you can see there, just like flip it upside down. It's starting to look pretty close to the color that we want. So we're going to continue painting it. Now you're not going to get it 100% perfect, but it's going to be a lot better than if it was just painted green. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to finish painting this up and let it dry. And see the green still started coming through a little bit, so you're going to need to use a little bit more paint. Now you don't have to use quite as much paint as I've used here. I kind of just didn't really need this crimson paint for anything else, so I kind of just wasted it a little bit so you could see the actual colors on the video. Alright, and so there you have the piece. The color is probably not going to look perfect because of the lighting and so on here, but basically we're going to let this dry and see how it goes. And then obviously if you make a mess of it or it doesn't quite look right, you can always fix it up a little bit with some weathering. So there's always ways around fixing up mistakes. And you can see there, you can get different shades of maroon by using the blue and the black there. Alright, well, I'm going to leave you to it, and in the next part of the video we'll let this dry and then reassemble it and show it to you on the layout. Okay, it's been about almost 24 hours since we did the painting, and as you can see here, we left part of it left green, and then the bits that were visible, we painted the BR Maroon color, and you can actually see we did a pretty good job, actually better than I thought I was going to do. Now it does look a little bit different on the video here, but it's just because this is actually brighter than it actually is in reality. It looks almost a much lighter, kind of a whitish tinge to it, but in reality it's actually about that dark. So it's probably just the lighting. But you can see there it's actually pretty close. It's very close to what I was looking to achieve. So that's pretty good. So now we're going to just reassemble it. So see with the body shell, in another video I'll take care of the motor, but for now, since it runs pretty much okay, I'm not going to worry too much about that solder joint, and it's relatively easy to put it back together. Excuse me. So you may have remembered we put the new plastic on there, the coupling and so on, and what I did was I actually gave the wheels on the side a kind of a coating with the paint, and those turned out pretty well as well. And what I did was I just used the black acrylic paint, and I dropped the paintbrush in there, just a very tiny dab, and started at the top, and once that paint was on there I just dabbed it and then worked it in, and another dab and worked it in, and so on. So you want to use very little paint, and you can see some of it did come off on the bottom. I'll get a screwdriver and remove that. So what we're going to do now is put it back together. So first part is the cow catcher that we put together. So you can see here the cow catcher pretty much goes there. It's almost the same color as this end, so it's going to look pretty okay. So if you look here, it actually clips onto the end of the coupling there. So I'm going to take this and just get it to clip in. It should hopefully clip in relatively easily. There you can go. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, so next thing, we just want to verify that it is in properly. So let me flip this over and see how it goes in. So you see there actually clips under that. It's not an exact science, but it's looking pretty okay. So the next thing we do is we're going to take this end and latch it in under here, and then just bend this piece back until it clips in, and it should clip in fairly straightforward, hopefully. Yeah, there it goes. And then just do a quick test to make sure it has all clearances, and you can see there it looks pretty decent. It doesn't look like it's been painted at all. Blends in pretty well. So we're going to attach this again. There you go. That's better. And so the next thing we're going to do is drop the body shell back on. And it should just clip into place. So clip it there, and turn it around. Make sure it's clipped on the other side, like so, which it is. And there you have it. So next thing we're going to do, it does need a bit of a cleaning. There's some marks here and there on it, but it's not bad for what we picked up on eBay. You can see there, doesn't even look like it's been painted. That's the other end of the motor. Alright, so we're going to go take the Western Courier and go try it on the layout. So you can see there the new bogie is working pretty well. The cow catcher is blended right in there, and you've got a working coupling on the front. You can still see there's some marks on the side. Gotta clean this up. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. It's running well, and it's looking pretty nice. So it's not bad for cheap eBay spares and repairs, because the front bogie was damaged. The piece of plastic didn't cost a whole lot of money. It was maybe £3 at most, I think. And then the cow catcher was about £2, so it wasn't too bad at all.